Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 or T29 back again for another indie comic review. And in this indie comic review I'll be covering Dark Art issue 3, which is covered by the Indigiverse here in Australia. And yes, it is an Australian comic book series. Maybe you might be able to go online and order it online if you're interested in checking out this series. I have also covered the first 2 issues in a previous video. Plus, it's also nice to share some Australian-made content from Australian authors outside of Tom Taylor and the reputation that he's built up amongst many readers of certain comics, whether it be indie, Marvel, or even DC. But no, this is someone completely different outside of Tom Taylor, and this is basically one of their own stories that they have created for the Indigiverse. In this, we follow a character by the name of Adam, and we're basically learning with this character as they sort of like enter the realm of the dreaming, and in the area of the dreaming, they also connect to things that are sort of, they connect to things that are sort of like connected to Australian mythology. In a way, but you also get to see like some Australian version of what some demons might appear like, just to give the audience a bit of a rough idea as to how this story goes. So I need to get to the main thing, and the main thing is, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside of the story? Sorry for the delay in covering that. I just wanted to give you, the audience, a little bit of understanding as to who the character is in the story and what happens with, or what has previously happened with the character in the story. So for the cover, I give a 7 out of 10 because it certainly does what we see on the outside. We do get to see in relation to inside. So what you see is also what you get. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the character. So as the story begins for this particular issue, the character of Adam has finally woken up to the world of the dreaming, and he's basically seeing a lot of things in the area of the unseen, what is actually happening in sort of like the streets of New South Wales in Australia, and we get to see these funny to ugly looking demons of sorts, and it's really quite interesting as to what occurs here. As the story advances, he also tries to take on some of these particular demons which he sees in this particular world, so it doesn't sort of like affect him, but also doesn't affect others around him. And last but not least, he goes back to basically his home place and catches up with one of the locals from his mob. So definitely an interesting story. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story itself. Considering how early we are in these issues, there is no present need for a comic reference unless the writer and editor provide a comic reference to any of the previous issues. So the first area is time, to which we have meanwhile being used in one of the pages. The location that this takes place is in Australia, in the area of New South Wales, but we also enter the world or the plane known as the dreaming. And in the area of the dreaming, to which Adam has sort of like been finally awakened to, in seeing this world of the unseen, we get to see a lot of the things that he experiences, and also what he's encountered with in his journey. The key cast of characters, or the main cast character, is a character by the name of Adam. For the overall story rating, I give it a 7 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. Well, until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.